Hello and welcome to TableTalk Friday, your weekly dose of D&D banter between three men in a bedroom. If you like their style, make sure to follow them on whichever podcast service you prefer. And come back every Friday for another upload. Now, back to the boys.
So, Zach, have you heard of Inscription?
I have heard of Inscription. I'd love to play Inscription.
I have now played in the past 2 days about 8 hours of Inscription. And let me tell you, that game is a banger of a game. It took me like a good 5 or 6 hours to get through like Act 1, where you're going through like this whole cabin thing, and you're playing this really cool roguelike type game, and then all of a sudden the game flips on its head and you're like, I don't get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like one of those experiences that you're like, oh, this is a video game, and it can only be a video game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's super cool. I'm loving it so far because they had on Steam a bundle where you got the Loop Hero, Inscription, and Death's Door for like $35.
Ooh.
And so I bought it, and I'm looking forward to playing Death's Door next because apparently it's supposed to be this amazing like Zelda-like Dark Souls-y game. And I mean, I'm all for that. And it's like an isometric view or like a top-down view instead of like just behind you third person like you would normally get in a Dark Souls game.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to playing that, but all it's been other than Inscription is that and Halo Infinite with Drew and Chase, because we're still like sucked into the level grind for that.
Have you paid the $60 for the campaign?
No, we have Game Pass. Why would we ever do that?
Indeed. Why would you ever do that?
We have Game Pass. We have access to that at any point.
Heck yeah.
No, we did, though. We all bought the Battle Pass. So we've been grinding through that. And we played Sea of Thieves the other day.
Oh, it was so good.
Sea of Thieves was an experience, and I am looking forward to playing more. It was literally like we pull up on an island, everybody gets out. I'm acting like completely normal, having fun, doing my thing. I'm like, hey, can someone shoot me out of this cannon back to the ship? And Drew's like, yes, sir, I can come help you. Drew just immediately falls off of a cliff and dies. And we're all just like dying laughing as I'm standing there like, hey, Chase, where did Drew go? And Chase is like crying on the other end. And I'm just like, what the heck happened? And he goes, did you not just see Drew plummet to his death? And like, Drew's not reacting at all. He's just like, Captain! And then he's just gone. Finally, we all get back to the boat with all of our loot we got from these skeletons. I load up in the, at the wheel, and what I've been doing is I've been, going full speed, like full sails in the wind, and then, just waiting for us to get to the right point and saying, all right, drop anchor, and just e-braking to a stop with the boat at any point that I can. So it's never like, okay, raise the sails, get like right in the harbor. It's just like, all right, e-brake inches from the shore.
Right.
And it got us minimal holes, I might say.
So we load back up, getting our loot back on the ship, and I'm like, all right, raise the sails. And Chase is like, are you sure that's like a good idea? And I'm like, yeah, dude, just raise the sails. Come on, boys, raise the sails. They raise them up, and I just right up on the shore and like grind along it, and then right back down into the water, because I'm parked like the hull is inches from the shore, and I'm like, I could slowly turn this if we raise the sails, or we just have to repair the boat after we damage it.
I mean, you're a beginner captain. It takes some time. You got to learn the better tactics.
Yeah, I mean, and I have a beautiful pink beard.
I do like the pink beard, I will say. I feel like our cosmetic game is getting up
Our
there.
cosmetic game is solid.
I will say, out of everything we got out of that Sea of Thieves playthrough, I had no idea that Chase Eric would be an incredible pirate. Anything you said, any
Chase
orders
Eric.
that were barked out, this man was on top of it.
He was on top of it. Like, what was it the one time that I gave instructions like, okay, I need someone to do this, and you come down from the crow's nest, and Chase has already done that and like 3 times more things.
Yeah. Every time I came down, which, I mean, to be fair, it takes a little bit to get down the crow's nest. But when I got to the bottom, this guy's got it all done. I don't know where any of it is.
It's like, raise the sails, do this, do that, turn it this way, and you come down from the crow's nest, oh, allow me to assist. Already done. We had Chase Eric there.
What a good game, man.
It is a good game. And Zach, what have you been up to throughout your escapades? We talked about it a little bit last week on the episode, how you were
out with Grover 19.
Yeah, with Pandemeric.
Yeah,
Pandaric.
Yeah, Pandaric, of course. Pandaric's box. It sucked.
I hate the term Pandaric.
Yeah, it could be better, could be worse. But I'm much better now. So it's fun for all of those of you at home, assuming that this makes the cut. But we are no longer 3 lads in a bedroom. We're actually 3 lads in 2 bedrooms.
3 lads in 2 bedrooms, as Zach had to buy his own mic to record this week.
Yep. We're moving up in the world, though. And I got a great deal on it on Cyber Monday to just date this episode.
You know, this may be a little meta for the fact that you know, I'm going to go with some behind the scenes stuff here, but I have no clue how to like noise gate the sound so that when we have 2 mics in the same room, like how I'm going to actually make sure they don't echo into each other.
We sure will figure it out.
I'm really hoping it works nice.
Yeah. I should know, being that I was a music major and I was a sound guy. I should know that like right off the top of my head, but I wiped a lot of that stuff. I wiped all of it for my Ninja Nation stuff, you know, so I could swing on bars.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, they occupy the same spot in the brain, actually. The sound part and the swinging from bars part.
Yeah, it actually turns out they're both located at the peak of the bicep.
Yeah. Crazy how that happened.
The bicep gland and the monkey bar receptor are in the same area.
The monkey bar receptor.
I'm a business major. I know the parts of the brain.
Yeah, well, you did, and you took some sociology classes in college.
It's
I mean,
true.
marriage and families.
Learned all about the monkey bar receptor.
Yeah.
That's all it was, really. That was my thesis.
All right, guys, welcome to this episode of Table Talk Friday. We have gone with, well, we've all had a very interesting week, you know. Today was a very long day for me at work. Lots of kids, lots of classes going on. I mean, I know Drew had a nice solid day working his nice little desk job from his bedroom.
Love it.
Love it fully. And today we are going to talk about more frequently cast spells. We're going to get as far as we can. I'm hoping to get to 4th level today. As far as which spells we're actually talking about.
Frig yeah,
so,
dude.
Let's jump right into it. We're going into 2nd level spells, and normally I like to stick to the wizard spells that I like, but does anyone have one they'd like to toss in right from the beginning?
Yes, I do. I'm so glad.
Casted or our favorites?
Frequently cast.
Yep.
Yeah, this is like continuing frequently cast spells.
Yep.
Well,
So,
my favorite spells.
You can.
go ahead, Drew.
All right. Let me take a little peekaroo. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. 2nd level spell. Knock.
But you can't say that for frequently cast. That's the least frequently
Yes,
cast spell.
It's the
That is
most.
the least
But listen.
frequently cast spell out of the entire spell list.
Here's my reasoning. Right. It's my most frequently cast spell.
No, it's not. You've
Yes,
never
it
cast
is.
knock.
You have never experienced.
You have never cast knock.
No. You're missing out. You're missing out, Seth. Fine.
Drew, can you tell me?
You guys are
I'm sorry.
shaming me.
Could you tell me what knock does?
Yeah, if you cast knock on a devil in Inverness.
No.
it
Can you
opens
actually?
them.
It opens them
Okay.
up.
So
And they tell you
knock
all
is
about
basically
their
a spell that's like a free key to any door that's not magically enchanted. If a chest, a lock, a door, something like that, you can just cast this spell, knock, 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 and boom, it opens for you. It unlocks, and you're all good.
Very frequently cast.
Yeah, it's so frequently cast that I have never seen a single person cast knock, even though every time I see it, I say, someone should take knock.
Maybe you should pay more attention to me.
You've never cast knock. Okay, I'll throw out a 2nd level spell that I see frequently cast all the time. It's a little vanilla, but it gets the job done. Invisibility. Okay?
Yes,
Invisibility is a solid spell, giving you
Solid
that those sweet advantage on spell checks that require, or stealth checks that require sight. It can be used in tons of different situations. It's one of the best utility spells that you can get out there, especially if you already have a stealthy character. Let your rogue get off his, your assassin rogue get off his nice surprise attack if he can. I mean, there's not much more to say about invisibility, but it is one of my favorites, and it is one of the most frequently cast spells that I can see.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect too, especially if no one in your party decided to take any stealth, but you might have a couple casters that can throw it around. I know in our last campaign, Storm King's Thunder, we used invisibility as the no one took stealth spell all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you got the spell slots for it, you can pretty much make your entire party invisible.
Which I think in our current campaign we've only used it once, right?
I can't even think of when we did. When did we use invisibility?
It was last session, or 2 sessions ago, 3 sessions ago, something like that. Whenever you guys were heading off to Kostachi's Maw,
yes.
remember? And you cast it on said character that was flying.
Ah, yes.
Did
I recall.
NPC
You know
cast
what?
it, or did Hakili
Jeez.
cast it?
Hakili cast
Yep.
it. Yeah. So, other than that, invisibility is a super solid spell. You get advantage on attack rolls coming out of invisibility, but if you use an action, you do then become invisible again. It's a great spell. It lasts for quite a long time for only being a 2nd level spell slot, and it can get you out of a bind very, very easily.
Yeah, honestly, one of the most useful spells. I would say that's probably the most frequently cast 2nd level spell.
Yep.
My favorite and probably most frequently cast 2nd level spell, though, it's another illusion, mirror image. Maybe you've heard of it.
Oh, yes. Preach it, Zach.
Yep, and so what mirror image does, it creates 3 illusory copies of yourself that float around you and sort of occupy the same space. And basically what it does is you get to roll a die every time that there's an attack against you. And then rather than attacking you, depending on what is rolled, the attack might hit one of your copies instead. So you can think of it as Goku doing his after image technique, and the bad guy punches the wrong Goku, something like that. Just a fantastic spell. I used it all the time in our last campaign. It made my very squishy sorcerer paladin into a very tanky, just as good as any regular paladin, pretty much. Especially because it doesn't require concentration, so you can get that out at the start of combat. Hold an action, cast it when everyone rolls initiative, and then you're pretty much good to go, at least for a turn or so, until all your mirror images are used up. But
yeah, unless someone's coming up to you and like using all their attacks directly on you, I mean, you're usually pretty good to go for at least 2 turns until they're all gone.
Yeah, so it's great for the squishy wizard or the squishy sorcerer, just to keep you from dying. That's usually the biggest concern, I'd say.
Or to make an invincible character even more invincible.
Yeah, truly.
Definitely. Like a wizard.
Yeah, just like the wizard. I've never seen a wizard go down.
No, I've never seen one.
I haven't seen one die though.
I
think that's a trope that we haven't used in our campaigns yet, though.
We haven't had any wizard deaths.
Kinda.
What do you mean? Oh well, that doesn't
sorta.
count. That doesn't count. That was a story death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't
I
like a combat death.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Drew, what's your pick for 2nd level spell?
Well, if you won't accept my knock, I will use an actually frequently cast spell called Scorching Ray.
Yes! My favorite 2nd level spell.
So listen, I love Scorching Ray because it's so easy to flavor. You can give any villain, any character, as long as they can access the magic.
Yeah.
You can give this to them and do anything with it. Instead of fire, it could be ice. It could be daggers. It could be icicles. It could be anything. Take 3 of something, and you could throw it at somebody else.
Yes.
You could do that with Scorching Ray.
I love it. Scorching Ray is one of my favorites because I think I've already mentioned this on previous episodes, but my wizard had a
modified circlet of blasting.
Yeah. a modified circlet of blasting that could use Scorching Ray multiple times a day, and it was kind of like Buzz Lightyear's laser. Now, I just imagine Scorching Ray to me as like having 3 things appear around you, whether you change the element or like the type of damage it does or something like that. Having 3 things appear around you and fire forward in like quick succession. It's super cool. They can go towards separate targets, so you can allocate the damage where you'd like it to be. Sort of like Eldritch Blast once it gets leveled up a little bit, and it's probably one of my most frequently used spells with how often I've cast Scorching Ray as a character.
I think a really cool thing with Scorching Ray too is it scales fairly well.
Yeah.
So you could even get like a little magic item that gives you an extra ray or extra 2 rays. You know, it's very
that's
feasible.
true. I have one more that I want to bring up. Zach, did you have anything else to say about Scorching Ray before I bring up another spell?
No, it's just to throw in my 2 cents. We see Scorching Ray a lot at our table. I'm a little sick of it. I think we could do better with some less cast damaging spells. But the bang for your buck, it does do a lot of damage. If you upcast it at 3rd level, it's basically a fireball on a single target if all of your rays hit. So definitely nothing to sneeze at. But no, I don't love Scorching Ray.
I know you don't love it because of how often we use it. I don't know why it's one of my favorites. It's just every time we've seen the spell flavored in a cool way, I'm like, well, I mean, no wonder I love this spell so much.
Right. Well, I could never get sick of seeing Pyth, transmuted into something weird and sling it off. But yeah,
or using the back, like the steel toe of his like boot or something to like kick it up, like kick up sparks and fire it forward.
Yeah. It's definitely a generic enough spell where you can make it cool just by the words in the book. It's Firebolt, but 3 times. Which...
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So I think there's at least one more. I'll let you guys speak on that after this one. But Misty Step is, I think, one of the most frequently cast and useful 2nd level spells out there. I mean, first of all, it's only a bonus action. So if you need to get away from someone, like if you're a caster, say you're a wizard, the orcs have run up on top of you and like they're all about to start wailing down, you cast your shield and protected yourself, but it's your turn, you got to get out of there, you don't want to waste your action disengaging. Boom, Misty Step 30 feet back, and then fire a firebolt forward, and then use your movement to back up another 30 feet, so now you're 60 feet away from these orcs. Like, Misty Step is a great escape tool as well as a traversal tool. If you're looking to... A 2nd level spell slot, especially at higher levels, is not that expensive. So if you need to get somewhere like across a massive gap, or you get left on your own and need to start traversing a little bit, get up 30 feet onto a ledge or go down 30 feet down to something else, Misty Step is a great way to get yourself there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think Misty Step's awesome. An important part of Misty Step is you mentioned you get the cantrip afterwards. Misty Step's a bonus action. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Think about all the things you can still do with your action. You know, you can still be creative with it. You can still cast any of your cantrips.
You can Misty Step 30 feet up and take the fall damage.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. No, I've definitely used it a number of times to evade some damage and get to safety, so I would have to agree. It's a solid one.
Absolutely. I will say, in the new book, Strixhaven, Curriculum of Chaos or something like that, they do have a new spell that I will say, it looks like it's given Misty Step a run for its money. Vortex Warp. We haven't seen it cast a lot, but it's essentially a Misty Step at range where rather than teleporting yourself, you can teleport another creature, and they don't even have to be willing. They can make a save against it. So, yeah, you can imagine a scenario where, the party's wizard throws up a wall of force or a force cage, and then the sorcerer casts Vortex Warp and then throws the big bad into the cage. Something like that.
Ooh, okay.
Just
Good
super
ideas.
helpful. Or your really slow halfling is about to be, eaten by the tidal wave of lava that everyone's fleeing from, and you can help out a friend and send them ahead 90 feet. Something like that. Super cool. Not as universally useful as Misty Step. I believe it's a full action rather than a bonus action. But definitely that same level of usefulness for sure. And that's one that I've got in my back pocket for future characters.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the moment whenever someone has Vortex Warp and teleports like an enemy or like a boss close to a ledge and then has someone shove them off. Like they wouldn't get close to it naturally, but they Vortex Warp them close to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the barbarian just runs over and just shoulder checks them off of it. Like, or
even
moments
just,
like that are going to be super cool.
Vortex Warp the ranged attacker right next to the fighter with Sentinel. Okay, well,
yeah.
Now they can't get away.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think once we have those Strixhaven spells. I haven't read through all of them, but they're pretty interesting.
Yeah, this isn't a Strixhaven review, but I was surprised by the lack of spells. I believe they only go up to second level.
Is one of us planning to get Strixhaven?
Nope.
Yes, I will be getting it.
Oh,
okay. So we'll have a copy. I got Fistbands. You'll get Strixhaven. So then we'll have all the books still. Anyone else have any other second level spells they want to cover?
Here's my thing. There are so many frequently cast second level spells. We don't have to go through each and every one of them in detail. But I'd be remiss to not at least bring up Healing Spirit.
Yep.
Definitely one of my favorite second level spells. And kind of broken. They did alter it just a little bit so it's not as busted. So it's limited to druids and rangers, and I believe that's it. I don't think any subclasses get access to it, which is good. It's a powerful spell. But essentially, you create a little fey spirit, or I don't think it necessarily has to be fey, but it's just this little nature spirit, takes whatever form you like, and when it enters the space of any character or any creature, you can have it bestow 1d6 healing to them, and its concentration, it's a bonus action, lasts for a minute. So, in theory, you could have this healing spirit heal for up to 10d6 healing, which for a second level spell slot is a lot. So,
yes,
there was an errata to reduce that to they can only heal a number of times equal to your spellcasting ability modifier, I believe. So, not nearly as powerful, but still. A druid
that could still be up to like 5d6.
Yeah, a druid with 20 wisdom still gets 5d6 for a second level spell slot, and that's pretty huge. So I do love that spell.
I mean, I think one that you guys could speak on is Aid.
Yeah, Aid.
Oh, I love Aid. I totally forgot about Aid.
Yeah. So you want to go and talk about that, Drew?
Absolutely. Cast it all the time. I actually have it. I am a wizard, but I've multi-classed into Clockwork Sorcerer, which is one of the domain spells for that subclass. So I am a wizard with Aid, which is wonderful. You pick up to 3 people. I believe you have to see them. I lie. I don't think you have to see them. I think you have to be within range. And those 3 people that you choose, which can include yourself, gain an extra 5 hit points on top of their maximum. And it scales up.
Yes.
So you could just, with a higher level spell slot, you could do like 30, 20 extra hit points.
And that has been a frequent thing that you've been doing where you'll use extend spell. It is extended spell, right?
I think it's called extended. It's the one that allows the duration of a spell
to be doubled.
To double as long as it's longer than a minute, I think.
He's been doubling the spells before, like the Aid before a long rest, so that way when they wake up, the party has 8 hours of extra temp hit points, which in a fast-paced campaign like Avernus, where they're doing stuff all the time, is very helpful to the party.
Yep.
Which I will say, the combo is very strong. I did not plan on that combo.
No, I didn't either.
It kind of just happened, but it's really, really cool.
And it's not something that like bothers me as like a DM or anything. Like I just work around it.
No, a lot of time we need those extra 8 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had one that I saw, and now I'm forgetting what it was. Zach, do you have another second level that you'd like to shout out?
Why, yes, I do, and it's another druid spell. Can you tell that I like druids? It's Pass Without Trace.
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking. Pass Without a Trace is one of the most useful spells in the book, dude. Go ahead, Zach.
Yep, so I believe it's a 10-foot or maybe 20-foot radius sphere out from you. Essentially, you can designate however many creatures within range, as long as they stay within a certain distance of you, to gain plus 10 on all their dexterity stealth checks. So again, a great...
That's huge.
Yeah. If your party is terrible at stealth, you can really save their whole ass just with this one spell. Additionally, you don't leave behind any tracks, so you cannot be tracked. I think even by magical means, except, of course, with something like scrying that doesn't rely on following your tracks. But super useful spell. Honestly, if we had more druids and rangers in our parties, we'd see it a lot more often. But anytime that we get the chance to cast it, it's always a treat. Honestly, one of my favorite spells. The one downside is, while it does last for an hour, it is concentration. And druids and rangers both do have a lot of concentration spells that they like. See Healing Spirit. So that's the one thing to keep in mind. But in the middle of combat, you're probably going to drop your Pass Without a Trace anyways. So... still, honestly, maybe my top 5 spells overall, Pass Without a Trace.
I mean, Pass Without a Trace is something that even in having watched a couple other campaigns, I always see, players pick up. Because it's so damn useful. Any chance you get, I'd say just take Pass Without a Trace if you got, that ranger or druid that can cast it. Because plus 10 to stealth, it can be make or break. Our party right now is not very stealthy, especially with someone like Oswin rocking along. So
what do you
mean? So, given that, the ability to add plus 10 to all of those failed checks means that you won't be able to go lower than an 11 on your stealth unless you've got, negatives into your decks. So, very, very helpful spell. So if everyone does moderately okay, at least they'll be over the enemy's passive perception. So if there's no reason for them to be looking for them, they probably won't see them.
Absolutely.
And if you really like the spell enough, you play an Earth Genasi. And Earth Genasi can just cast it once a day for free.
Insane.
So cool.
It's okay, well, I don't have to take this spell ever. Let me just take it for free.
That'll be my next character.
You can play any class with Pass Without a Trace.
I was thinking Earth Genasi Monk with Pass Without a Trace or something.
That'd be so great.
That would just be super fun.
Yeah.
I kind of want one, though, that is like Sun Soul, even though Sun Soul is not the most powerful. Just the key blasts and stuff from this Earth Genasi sounded like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, and Earth Genasi's the one Genasi we haven't seen at our table yet. We've run the gambit of all the others, so we'll have an Earth one coming.
It's really cool.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to eventually become a player again and get to do that.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do it in the future.
Let's see. I think another good one that we saw a lot in the last campaign. I haven't seen it a lot from other people, but Calm Emotions is one that I've seen used a couple of times. I know we had Morwen use it from time to time,
and he loved that spell.
it was nice. It kept me on my toes too because I never knew when it was going to happen. Where it was okay, calm emotions. Okay, now that the person's failed, I have to be chill. I can't be the bad guy anymore.
Yeah, at least for what's great about calm emotions is it just gives the players a period of time where if there's a group of enemies that were about to turn hostile, it gives you a chance to talk them down and figure out a non-combat resolution to an encounter, which. Not always great for the big, planned villain encounters. And if a player thinks that they can abuse that too much, they might get a little salty about it. I could picture that. But especially if you're the kind of DM that might throw in a random encounter here or there, or there are not encounters that can be solved in multiple different ways. I think Calm Emotions is a great key to cool social encounters where you might not have expected them.
Yeah.
So running into the Uthgard barbarian tribe with their Manticore leader, and popping down and being able to cast Calm Emotions and just running out the clock essentially, where we go in and steal their artifact right under their noses, and they're chill about it for I think it's a minute.
Yeah. Or, for instance, you guys ran into the Zentarim at one point, and you cast Calm Emotions trying to, get the situation, more chill, but the people who were talking passed, and the guys behind them didn't, so it was they're still arguing, and these guys are so, are we still fighting? I'm not even mad anymore. It ended up still resulting in combat, but... it was a fun little situation that we had going on.
Yeah, now that I think about it, you could definitely flavor that spell as just the dank weed spell.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you just, Stony
You release a
Stony
cloud
the
of, like,
Bard.
secondhand smoke.
Yeah. Just walks around and just blows smoke. That's the way you cast Calm Emotions.
It's a great spell. I've never taken it before. I understand why people like it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. It's like looking at Calm Emotions or Invisibility, right? I can
Yeah.
either turn invisible or I can give my opponent a NyQuil and wait an hour. Come on.
You can spike his beverage.
It's just like, take a chill pill. Oh, second level spell. You know?
No, I
Rather
mean,
than anything else.
I guess I can see that, but I do, for RP purposes, it is useful at times.
It is, but not as useful as Knock.
Yeah. Not as okay. I will agree with you there. I would say not as useful as Knock, but no one's ever cast Knock. I've seen Calm Emotions cast.
Yeah, well, if you don't cast Knock, you're a loser, so...
Well, Seth, if you want to see Knock
You've never
cast so
cast it.
much, you should actually use Arcane Lock Ever, which is the one thing that it's useful for.
Well, but it's useful for, like, a locked chest you don't have the key for.
Yeah, but there's
I
going to
guess
be
Thieves'
someone
Tools
who's
could work for
got
that too,
Thieves'
though.
Tools.
I mean, you guys don't have anyone that's great with Thieves' Tools.
Oswin's the best
True.
with Thieves' Tools, kind of.
You sometimes can use Thieves' Tools.
Now he's the best. We haven't run into a lock in a long time, but now I've got expertise.
Yeah, it's weird. People just don't lock their doors in hell. Well, I thought of another one, and that would be Lesser Restoration. I mean, that is a useful spell to have along with you, just in case someone gets poisoned or diseased, or something goes wrong in any way. I mean, a spell, not as good as Greater Restoration, of course, but Lesser Restoration does have its uses.
Yeah, and I think...
and especially for classes like Clerics and Paladins.
Yeah, that's a spell that we don't see super often. I think because Lay on Hands is just way more efficient resource-wise, as long as the thing that you're curing is like a disease or poison. But
Which, speaking of, I was just thinking about this. Fuck, where did I lose it? I just had the spell pulled up.
What you got?
Beans. Oh, I was just looking through here, right in that area above Lesser Restoration. Why does no one ever use Heat Metal? Like on people's weapons
two classes
and stuff.
that get it.
Yeah, but like that's so good for. Wait, so none of you can cast it?
Mm-mm, none of
Oh,
them.
is it not on
Artificer can
Wizard?
cast it. But we're in hell.
Oh man,
Also 3.
I know, but just like anyone holds a fucking object, you can just disarm them with it. If
It's
they don't make the
super
save,
cool.
of course.
I think it's definitely one of the more flavorful spells. It's very useful, but you have Rangers that use it, which none of us have played a Ranger in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think Rangers do
You got
cast it.
Artificers,
I'm-
which
I'm pretty sure it's
Oswin's
just,
got a ton of other
Druids
things
get
going
it.
on.
Do
Oh,
bards
yeah,
not get it?
No, bards, druids,
No,
I don't
bards
think so.
bards get it.
and
yeah.
and artificers.
Okay.
Yeah, but
That's why I was thinking, because one of my first characters I played was a bard, and I was like, Heat Metal's a spell that I used. And like someone's wearing armor, you gotta just fucking you heat metal them, and it's like, haha, you can't escape this damage. It's like a witch bolt, but it always works.
Yeah, I think,
Makes me think of,
heat
Shock
metal's
and Grasp.
definitely like a cool trickstery kind of spell. You think of that as like something a hag might cast as like, oh, paladin,
yeah.
you think you're so smart guarding yourself in armor. Well, now it's on fire.
No, that's true. I think it's a spell I'd like to see more in the future. I guess Barrel didn't end up taking it in the last campaign, which if he had, then we probably would have seen it a lot more.
Yeah, would have been great against those fire giants.
Yeah, really, really show them.
Yep.
Could have made their armor itchy.
Oh, toasty.
I don't know how much longer we
Feels
want to
like
spend
home.
on second level spells, but there is one that I'd just like to bring up.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's one that I've never seen cast, but I'd just like to put this out into the ether to see more people cast it, because if they did, we'd have some salty DMs out there. Shadow Blade. This is from Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Okay.
So it's a bonus action, I believe. Let me find it. Yep, so it's a bonus action. You create a simple melee weapon with which you are proficient. It deals 2d8 psychic damage plus your regular, attack modifier, either strength or dex, depending. It's a finesse weapon. It is thrown, and if you drop the weapon or throw it at the end of your turn, it returns to your hand. So basically, you've got a dwarven thrower for a second level spell slot. It doesn't have a plus anything bonus to attack rolls, but that's 2d8, which is stronger than a greatsword at second level, and it's psychic damage, which nothing resists. This spell is kind of disgustingly powerful. And if you use a third level or fourth level spell slot to cast it, the damage is 3d8, and it scales up from there. This thing...
So, question.
Yeah.
Can you cast it for other characters, or is this like a...
It is a self spell. So that's
okay, it's a self spell. So as like a wizard has to wield this blade?
Yeah, so that's the downside. So I believe it's only castable by sorcerers and wizards, but an arcane trickster or eldritch knight at 7th level, that would be disgusting.
But the bad thing about an arcane trickster having it is they can't get sneak attack.
They could.
It's not a finesse weapon.
Yeah, no, it is so it has the finesse proproperty. That's part of it.
Oh, well then never mind.
Yep.
Every rogue should have this spell.
Yeah, it's kind of honestly a disgusting spell, and I want to cast it at some point. I was just doing some research before this episode and realized, there's that spell.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll have to think about that since I have a love of rogues, apparently.
Yep. Warlocks can also cast it. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. I would love to have a Shadowblade Warlock.
That's a great warlock spell.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one ever uses that.
I don't know. And how long does it last, Zach?
1 minute, but it's a bonus action. And only a second level spell.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, sick. I'll definitely look into that for future characters.
Yeah. It is also concentration, so there is the potential of losing your concentration and having to recast it. But again, as a bonus action, it's really not that... the only thing you're wasting is spell slots, which at second level, you could be casting worse spells.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you have to cast it on yourself, right?
Yes.
But if there's 2 mages on the team, could they both cast it, and then could you hold this for me?
Yeah, I don't see why not. As a DM,
I would definitely allow it. Like, you're concentrating on the spell, but, like, you guys trade Shadow Blades because you guys both know how to wield them and you both have them concentrated. Yeah. But if you lose concentration, they lose theirs.
Oh.
I would say that. That's cool.
It is really cool, though. I like the idea of dual wielding them.
Okay. So they can use 2.
Yeah, you could if there were a magic item maybe that lets you dual wield them. They are light, so you could definitely do 2-weapon fighting with them by some bending of the rules.
So think about this. You have a magic item that's like a mundane sword, but you can use a charge on it to turn it into a Shadow Blade and it becomes ethereal.
Ooh.
Be friggin' awesome.
And yeah, it sounds like a great weapon. Like, okay, this sword looks completely mundane. It doesn't do anything until you turn it into a Shadow Blade.
Or maybe it's like a Percy Jackson. It's like a pen, and then you cap it, and then it turns into a Shadow Blade.
I mean, yeah, that is pretty cool. So you have like a quill or something that you write with on your scrolls, and all of a sudden you like wave it, and it turns into a Shadow Blade, and then you turn it back.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I dig it.
And you have I would say give it like 3 charges. You can use it a couple times a day.
Cool magic item. We'll put it on our Patreon.
Yeah, cool magic item. Eventually we'll have a Patreon and stuff set up. Does anyone have any other second level spells you'd like to shout out? I hate to say it, but we've gone like 40 minutes into this on just second level. I would hate to move on to third since we're going to spend an hour and a half talking about our favorite third level spells. My favorite spells are all third level.
You mean haste? Fly?
You mean
animate dead?
Fireball?
Whoa, what's next week, Zach? Calm down.
Not next week, but soon.
Later.
Like, literally some of my favorite spells, they're all third level. So I don't want to jump into third level and be like, well, now we're going to have an hour and a half episode.
Yeah.
I hate that you're
They
right.
can't handle an hour and a half episode. But if we've got more time, second level spells. I mean, we haven't even talked about hold person.
Oh,
it's a good
I mean,
one.
one of the staples, honestly. So many people cast hold person, and It's a crippling spell if it goes off at the right time. I had a very difficult boss fight set up close to the beginning of the campaign. And no, it wasn't even Hold Person, it was Stunning Strike that went off. But same idea. You cast Hold Person and it's a paralysis, correct?
Correct, yep.
Yeah,
It paralyzes the person you cast it on, and then you can upscale it to casting it on multiple people. Meaning if you hit these people, they're wasted. They're dead. They're gone, because it's an automatic crit.
Yep.
All you gotta do is hit auto crit.
Yeah, so Hold Person is a crazy spell, especially for second level. You get there, you're level 3, you've got your second level spell ready, and you walk in on the boss room and cast Hold Person and he fails to save. And it's like, okay, well now the boss is done. Like, there's nothing he can do. You give him one turn where he's held, he's done.
just imagine, the wizard casts it, right? They get frozen up, locked in place, and the barbarian walks out.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Sneezes.
That's it.
Yeah, so that's a fantastic spell. The one downside being it only works on humanoids. So, Hold Monster, you can get at 5th level, and it'll work on anything. But that's the one downside to Hold Person. Though, everyone and their mother gets Hold Person. I think the only classes that can cast spells that don't are Paladin and Ranger. So...
Dude, imagine being the Paladin, Hold Person someone, and then Divine Smiting them.
Oh no.
I'm sure there's a Paladin
Disgusting.
subclass that gets it. I mean, honestly, it's such a Paladin spell, I don't know why it's not there by default.
I mean, that's an amazing idea, but then if you do Hold Person and do the Divine Smite, like, that takes 2 separate turns. They'll have a lot of time to get out of that Hold
That's
Person.
true. And I just looked it up. Oath of Vengeance Paladin gets Hold Person. Which is,
okay.
That's a very Oath of Vengeance spell, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like, hey, stay there for a second. I gotta cast my... Or it's concentration, so you couldn't, like, bonus actually, like, Searing Smite or anything with that.
No, but if you Sorcerer multiclass, you can Quicken Spell it, and then do your Divine Smite. I just might have to make another Morwyn, except it's Evil Vengeance Morwyn. We'll call him Gorwyn.
Can Vorwin please be in the campaign? Like this next arc?
Oh my god! I don't think Gorwyn's gonna make it, guys. I don't think
No.
We got too much ground to cover.
The viewers won't care about this, but Morwyn's dead body, where does it go? It becomes Gorwyn. Once Morwyn gets his body back,
no.
what does the Dragonborn form do? It becomes
It's Sora's
an evil
nobody,
dark form.
Roxas.
Yeah, exactly. It's Morwyn's nobody, and his name is Gorwyn.
No, it's Roxom. Or Roxim. Man, I can't think of a good anagram.
It's anime.
Darkness. Jeez. Alright, guys. I think that's a good spot to wrap it up. What do you guys think?
I agree.
I suppose.
I know. There's so much I could say about all these spells, but if we just go through, it's basically like we're reading out of the player's handbook. Okay, so thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Table Talk Friday. I know it's a little like off the cuff. It's not as normal because we're not all in the same room. Might even sound a little bit weird on your end, so I apologize for that. But it was still a lot of fun. If you would like to write into the show, email us at tabletalkfriday@gmail.com, where you can send us your questions, your comments, your concerns, your anything that you can think of related to D&D. Honestly, what I want is I want someone to send in their story, something crazy that happened to them at the table. So hit us up there at tabletalkfriday@gmail.com, and character, please take us out.
No, he's over here. He's over here at my house.
Hello, thank you for listening to Table Talk Friday. For more adventures, check us out at your favorite podcast service. If you have any questions about our travels, you can please send us a sending spell at tabletalkfriday@gmail.com. And otherwise, feel free to stop by next Friday for our next episode. And I hope you have a nice rest of your day.